are we aware of that nonverbal communications? Because we all get training in verbal communication and how to say things, because we know that words can hurt depending on how we express things. But do we get an appropriate training on that nonverbal communication?
Well, that's a tough question because all of our training on nonverbal communication and nonverbal behavior is like on-the-job training. It's by living every day. And as you mentioned, everybody who is in an educational system gets formal training on words because we learn syntax and we learn grammar and we have to write essays and then we write papers and we do many things like that where we get feedback and corrections. We don't have that same kind of similar training for nonverbal behavior and nonverbal communication. So but we learn a lot of it. We learn it through everyday living and everyday life. So do we get appropriate training? Probably so, because we're still here and we're still living and humans haven't gone away yet. And so we're obviously interacting appropriately, given all the messages that we can read, despite the fact that we don't have that formal training. But another question that you raised was whether we are aware of it. We are aware to some degree, but I believe that we're not aware of a lot of the things that we're perceiving non-verbally. We get a general impression, I think, from people, but I think many people could not say, oh, I get this much from the words and this much from and he or she did this and he or she did that. And I don't think we're making those kind of computations. We get general impressions.
So it's more like an instinct.
Well, whether we call it instinct or not, there's another kind of laden word, but certainly there are unconscious or subconscious impressions that we get that I think are fed by others' nonverbal behavior.